Welcome to the PastGlimpse Photos channel.
Subscribe to the channel and like the video. William F. Cody, known as Buffalo Bill, transitioned from an Army Scout and buffalo hunter to an international icon. His Wild West show popularized the romanticized image of the American frontier around the globe. This ranch crew shows the practical gear of the trail. Neckerchiefs doubled as dust masks, leather chaps protected their legs from brush, and the lariat was the cowboys' primary working tool, not just for show. The saloon was the social heart of the frontier town. Built quickly from raw lumber, it was the main hub for drinking, gambling, and conducting business. The primary drink served was often cheap, potent whiskey. This is Bert Alvord, a complex figure of the Arizona Territory. He began his career as a respected deputy sheriff, but later turned to train robbery, leading his own notorious outlaw gang. His story reflects the blurred lines of frontier justice. This is the legendary Billy the Kid, who became famous for his youth and quick draw. He reportedly killed 21 men before his own death at age 21. For a century, this tintype was the only authenticated portrait of the notorious outlaw. Pioneer women were the backbone of the American frontier. They faced isolation and relentless labor, managing the homestead, food preservation, and education. Their simple, sturdy clothing reflects the necessity of practicality over fashion. Gold Rush miners often worked in small partnerships, relying on teamwork to survive the brutal conditions. The iconic gold pan was used to separate fine gold dust from gravel by swirling water, a simple method requiring immense endurance. Gold miners quickly abandoned simple panning for the sluice box. This wooden trough used water flow and internal riffles to separate tons of heavy gravel, dramatically increasing the volume of material processed daily in the desperate hunt for gold. This portrait reflects the changing life of Native American women on the frontier. Traditional shell earrings and beaded necklaces blend with new materials like patterned cotton dresses and plaid wool blankets acquired through trade. This striking portrait features Whiteface, an Oglala Sioux. His impressive chest plate, made of hair pipe beads, was not only ceremonial but offered symbolic protection in battle, showcasing the pride and craft of the Plains tribes. Frontier towns were built fast and cheap. Buildings often featured a false front, a tall facade masking a low roof, designed to make the settlement appear larger and more permanent to attract new residents and investors to the expanding West. As the West matured, towns became bustling commercial centers. This street shows the mix of transport: resilient pack burros used by prospectors, horses, and stagecoaches, all navigating the unpaved thoroughfares of established settlements. Not all saloons were crude shanties. Wealthier towns boasted sophisticated establishments with chandeliers and polished bars. Crucially, the staff often reflected the West's diverse population, including black workers who found opportunities in these developing centers. This image shows the devastation in Tombstone, Arizona, following the Great Fire of 1882. The fire destroyed much of the town's wooden infrastructure, yet the iconic OK Corral sign remains a defiant landmark amidst the rubble. On the frontier, revolvers were critical tools for survival, used more often for signaling or deterring predators than for duels. Due to the vast distances, a single shot into the air was often the only way to signal for help or warn neighbors of danger. Even as Western towns grew and built brick structures, urban sanitation remained primitive. Swine herds often roamed city streets, serving a vital, if unhygienic, purpose as natural scavengers, consuming garbage before formalized waste collection existed. Cattle drives were monumental undertakings, moving thousands of head of cattle hundreds of miles from the range to the railhead towns. This epic journey was vital for feeding the rapidly growing population in the East. The chuck wagon was the heart of the cattle drive, a mobile kitchen and supply store. The cook, or cookie, was the most respected man on the trail, providing vital meals of coffee, beans, and biscuits to maintain cowboy morale. The cast-iron kitchen stove was a vital innovation, replacing open hearths for pioneer families. It was the central feature of the frontier home, providing efficient heat, safe cooking, and warmth in rough, isolated living conditions. The pioneer home demanded self-sufficiency. This rough cabin kitchen, made of raw planks, stored basic staples and dried goods on simple shelving. Every piece of crude furniture was often handmade, reflecting the harsh simplicity of frontier life. The general store served as a vital trading post, connecting isolated settlements to manufactured goods from the East, like canned foods and coffee. The store was often the hub of cultural exchange, sometimes exploiting the dependence of local Native American tribes on these supplies. This early criminal record shows the rise of modern police methods in the West. It documents F.P. Robinson, arrested in 1901 for fraud, selling fake coupons. This highlights the reality of non-violent crimes on the frontier, alongside the famous gunfights. Pushing railroads through the Rockies demanded incredible engineering. This shows the construction of a snow shed, a specialized structure built to protect tracks and trains from deadly winter avalanches, ensuring the vital yet dangerous link between the East and the Pacific coast remained open. This rare group portrait captures a diplomatic encounter on the frontier. It shows the uneasy blend of cultures, native leaders in traditional attire, alongside a Western agent or intermediary, illustrating the tense negotiations and the shift in power that defined the reservation era. This is Curly, a Crow Scout for the U.S. Army. He is famously known as one of the few survivors who witnessed the disastrous Battle of the Little Bighorn in 1876, marking a pivotal moment in the conflicts of the American West. This image features Major John Wesley Powell, the pioneering one-armed explorer and geologist who mapped the Grand Canyon region. He relied heavily on skilled Native American guides, whose traditional knowledge was crucial for surveying and navigating the arid Western territories. The covered wagon was the primary home for pioneers on the overland trails. This shows the daily, essential labor of women who cooked and managed domestic life outdoors, turning the wagon into a mobile pantry for carrying supplies across the continent. This rare portrait showcases the often overlooked presence of African American women on the Western frontier. These women, dressed in strong, independent attire, represent the pioneers and entrepreneurs who found new opportunities and a degree of freedom in the West. Hard rock mining was far more complex and dangerous than simple panning. Miners built precarious wooden structures deep inside mountains, facing constant threats from rock falls, unstable timbers, and explosives to extract valuable silver and gold ore. Childhood was short on the Western frontier, where children adopted adult roles early. This young boy, dressed like a ranch hand, sits by the cabin's essential fireplace, the center of cooking, warmth, and survival in the remote, rough-hewn log cabin homes. The American bison was the lifeblood of the Plains tribes and a symbol of the wild frontier. This staged photo, likely from a rodeo or early show, captured the later romanticized image of the cowboy mastering the huge creature, contrasting with the real history of its near extinction.
This is Dutch Nance, a cowboy from Fort Griffin, Texas, one of the wildest cattle towns of the 1870s. This studio portrait, featuring his sidearm and confident pose, helped solidify the romanticized, yet often dangerous, image of the armed Western ranch hand.
This image perfectly captures the dramatic, exaggerated mythology of the saloon shootout. While real frontier violence was often less theatrical, staged photos like this cemented the image of the quick-draw gunfighter and the saloon as the ultimate stage for Western drama. Bronco busting, the process of breaking wild horses, was one of the most dangerous and specialized tasks on the ranch. This skilled work transformed wild Mustangs into reliable working animals, making the Bronco Buster a legendary high-risk figure of the cowboy era. The picture shows Slim Gillette, a famous Texas cowboy from Spur, Texas. The photograph, taken around 1910, is a historical portrait showing authentic clothing and equipment typical of that era of the Wild West. This image shows the essential, unglamorous logistics of life on the open range. Securing the bedroll and supplies with expertly tied ropes was crucial for any cowboy, demonstrating the fundamental importance of rope skills for survival, travel, and setting up camp. The photo shows Cree Chief Mustawasis and Gentleman Joe, also known as Joe Montana, circa 1887. The photograph is a historical snapshot that captures representatives of two different cultures on the American frontier. A.Q. Babel, the cowboy pianist, and Ms. Mattie Babel, the armed cornetist, represent the rise of frontier entertainment. They used music and exaggerated Western attire, including prominent sidearms, to commercialize and romanticize the image of the Wild West for their audiences. This romantic portrait shows the popular image of the frontier couple. It highlights the emerging cowgirl persona, with the woman also wearing a sidearm, reflecting the commercialization of the West, where danger, drama, and bold gender roles were highly romanticized for audiences. This image is from the Klondike Gold Rush in Dawson City. The sardonic caption, "Climbing the Ladder of Virtue," hints at the tough social realities for women in these remote boomtowns, contrasting their formal dress with the rugged wooden frontier buildings.